Okay, so for first specimen, which is specimen A, if you're asked to identify it, you write granite pod with seed. Okay, that brownish back is the pod. It has the seed inside. Then for biology, classification is very important to us. So if you're asked to classify granite, you begin with the kingdom Plantae. Remember, I always tell you, don't write plants. You must put AE. Okay, that's how we classify Plantae. Then division we have Magnoliophyta or Magnoliophyta. Okay, Magnoliophyta. Please, that's so easy. Then we have class Magnoliopsida. Magnoliopsida. Okay, then we have order Fabelis. Order Fabelis. Family Fabaceae. Fabaceae. Genus Arachis. And species is Hypogeo. So the scientific name for granite is Arachis hypogeo. And take a look. You see the genus name begins with a capital letter A, while the species name begins with a small letter. So don't forget that this is the binomial way of writing scientific name, and at the end you must underline the genus separately and the species separately. And also, don't write kingdom and write phylum. No, I told you phylum is used to classify animals, so we don't use phylum for plants, we use division. Okay, then you ask, what type of fruit is this? It is a pod. It is a pod. And what are the observable features of specimen A? Okay, you can see that the pod is brown in color. It contains seed. The pod is dry. The pod has a rough surface. Okay, then inside of it, the seed is fresh, or what we call soft. Now, what are the economic importance of granite? We have is a source of vegetable oil for cooking. It is consumed as food. It has protein, fat, and all of that. It is used for livestock feed production. We also use it to make groundnut cake, the regular kulikuli, locally known as. Then it is rich in protein, fat, oil, and also has traces of carbohydrates. Very important, it is a source of income to the farmers who farm these crops. Okay, now probably you might be asked to compare specimen A and K. A is granite and K is maize. So in terms of cotyledon, granite has 2 cotyledon, maize have 1 cotyledon. Seed type, the seed type of granite is dioicot, while the maize is monocot. Then where do they store their food? Granite stores its food inside its cotyledon, while the maize stores inside the endosperm. Is that okay? Then the family, Fabaceae and Poaceae. Maize is Poaceae. Is that okay? So quickly let's move to specimen B, which is crushed roasted granite seed. The other one is pod. This one is already crushed. The pod is not with it. Okay, so the food nutrient, it is majorly it contains fat and oil. All right, then what type of food test or test for the nutrient present in this crushed granite? So how do we carry out the test? You might be asked to place small quantity on a filter paper and press it. Okay, when you put a little of the granite, you press it like this. What will you notice? Observation. A translucent greasy spot appear. Okay, on the paper you will see like a translucent. It's not entirely transparent. You can't see 100%, but you can see a bit through it. Then the inference, what do we conclude from that? That translucent greasy spot shows us that fat and oil is present. Okay, so the uses of the specimen B is not entirely different. Granite is granite. Okay, but you can just go through, and you might likely be asked to compare specimen A and specimen B. All right, for the specimen A, we know that it is the granite pod with seed. Okay, so for the pod is brown. Okay, it's brown shell and pericarp present. No shell, no pericarp. Is that okay? The color, it is brown outside and white on the inside. So you can test it if you have a granite. Open the inside, crush the seed, you see it is whitish. But for the roasted granite, it is brownish yellow. from roasting. You know, as you roast it, the oil is, you know, brought out more, so it has more oil present. Then it is hard, it is rough, and it is dry. For this one, it is soft, oily, and brittle. It is oily, the roasting has brought out the oil, and it is brittle, not entirely hard. Then food test for lipids. The both of them can be used to test for lipids, but for the specimen A, it will give a positive but a weaker result, while for specimen B gives stronger positive results because more oil has been released in the process of frying. Okay, then for specimen A, it can germinate. Why? Because it still has the embryo inside of it, while this one, the embryo has been crushed. Okay, and specimen A is natural, it is complete, it is whole, while specimen B has been broken or processed. Okay, in order not to make this so long, this is where I'll be ending on specimen A and specimen B. Please watch out for the other parts of the question. If you love what you see, you want to support us, kindly go ahead and hit on the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, leave 1 or 2 comments for me. I would love to read and hear from you. And above all, I'm wishing you the best. I'm wishing you all the very best. Until I see you in my next. Thank you and bye.